All eyes are on Ben Bernanke today for the release of the FOMC statements. Will the markets get more QE? Apple's iPhone 5 is a hit and the stock rallied into the close yesterday. Can the market sustain these upper levels? I'm Taylor Schranz and the morning call starts right now.
Good morning, I'm Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com.
And I'm Jill Malandrino with The Street, and together we bring you the Morning Call Express. Scott, we have quite a day on tap for us. We have PPI, jobless claims, we have natural gas inventory, but more important, that FOMC decision at 12:30, and then of course Bernanke at 2:15 today.
Yeah, I think the whole market's convinced that they're going to sell the event, that everything is baked in and that no matter what he does, they're just going to sell it. But at this particular point, they also sold that. They said that they would just sell the Apple event, and obviously they couldn't do that. So I don't think that people should have preconceived notions on what's going to happen today. I think that the S&P, the markets have been holding up very well. So I'm going to look at some key levels to make sure that doesn't take place today.
Yeah, I mean, we really have hit some nice new levels, almost at 5-year highs across the indices. So it's really been some impressive action going into this event.
Yeah, so what do you think about the guys who said equities are dead, over the summer?
Right.
Where's Bill
Meanwhile, the
Gross
S&P's
now?
up 12% for the year, the NASDAQ almost 20%. It's just incredible the action that we've seen for 2012.
Yeah, so if you look at the chart of the S&P, you'll see right here that, this is that big cup and handle pattern that we've been talking about. There's the June 4th lows when the market switched gears. Here's your higher lows all the way up. Last tight pattern, this was last Thursday when the ECB met. It ignited, and look where we are. We're hovering above the recent breakout areas. So, and I know Big Ben speaks today. A lot of technicians are watching to make sure we hold above 1428. If we stay above 1426 to 1428, all of a sudden 1440 resistance, wouldn't be so tough to get through. So,
right.
Those are the short-term levels.
We should take a quick look at gold as well, because that's been really active leading into the event.
Yes, and gold's had a big move. But the time to buy gold was August 20th and 21st when it ignited. Up here, it's a little tricky. So if you're a short-term trader in gold, look at the chart here. You'll see this is when it ignited the same day silver did, and then it's been a nice rally up. So here you are flagging. So if you're looking to trade gold, here's your support here on the GLDs about 167. Then you have a big gap. But if it starts to get above this, what is this, 169, you could see another move well above 170 in the GLD.
Moving along to the sector spotlight, and I just wanted to call last Thursday, we had some really impressive action across all 10 sectors within the S&P. Every single one of them was up, and that's very rare. That's a tremendous move. And one of the key sectors we were looking at there was healthcare, as we saw a lot of rotation out of defensive names like the utilities and moving into more of that growth sector. Let's take a look at the XLV, and we can see that impressive action from that June 4th low like we've seen in many sectors.
And that's what's going on with the market, is every sector is performing well. So it depends what you like, you can go for it.
Right.
You just have to go,
stock picking.
you just have to go somewhere. Go, and if you look at this ETF, you will see, this is when it broke out of this descending channel. Here's your June 4th low. There's your momentum buy. Since then, trending higher, holding the 8, holding the 21. Nice breakout, flagging again. So in this group, I'm sure there's a lot of stocks providing alpha.
Yeah, and one of the names that we've been looking at is Pfizer, and we'll get into that in more detail when we get into the long haul version. When we dive into the trenches, we're also going to take a look at some retail names which have had some significant outperformance in 2012. A little bit of pressure with the luxury names as of recent, but before we wrap it up, we have to take a look at Apple. We had that huge event yesterday, sold off a tiny bit, but it came back to rally into the close.
Yes, they pushed Apple around. They tried to trigger every stop and get every uncommitted long out of it. Then guys just thought that it would sell the event, but meanwhile they sold it 2 days before. So they ran it the last half hour, closing the highs. I don't think the high of the year in Apple is in. Targets have been raised up north of 800. I do think we're going to be somewhere in the mid 700s come year end. And
then also I thought the action in Facebook was interesting as well. It's just amazing if Apple is saying that we're going to use one of your apps, what it does to a stock.
And Facebook, you could time the market. We talked about after 8:15 or 18:18 when it gapped up, and then 2 days ago at 19:20 on the virtual trade floor, we got long. And then you could have sold it yesterday above 2050, making almost 7-8% in a 2-day move. Lots of active trading going on, lots of macro investors getting rewarded, a lot to like in the equity markets.
All right, guys, we have a real busy day on tap. There's going to be some impressive action going on. Catch Scott at the end of the day as he wraps up the charts for us on Options Profits, Real Money Pro, and T3Live.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Hendelman of T3 Live, where we train, coach, and mentor traders in order to help you put your money to work with confidence. The T3 Live approach is a blueprint for you to recognize, adapt, and ultimately take advantage of different market conditions. To begin your training with T3 Live, we would like to offer you the opportunity to enroll in our free 30-day online home study course. Fill in your name and email address, and I'll see you on the other side.